I have already prepped and primed my skin, and I'm starting with my eyes because if you're doing a heavy smoky eye and if you plan to use a lot of base products, then you need to do your eyes first because just to be safe on not spoiling your base makeup. So I'm using this black emollient kajal pencil by Makeup Revolution. I'm using this because this is not a smudge free pencil. Make sure that you use a pencil that is not smudge free. And once I'm done with the black coal, I'm using a brown kajal pencil by Simply Numb and just lining it over the black line. Taking a brush, I am blending these two, the black and the brown lines, and using very, very soft, swipe blending motions. I'm blending out these two, focusing on the corner, the outer corner of my eyes. And you don't have to be very, precise with this. You can be very rough. This doesn't need any makeup skills. You just have to, blend them together, make it look smudgy. You can use your fingers, you can use a Q-tip, you can use a brush, whatever you're comfortable using. Just have to be rough with it. Just the goal is to blend them. And now I'm using this palette by Nykaa. This is Smokey at 8 eyeshadow palette. It has a nice blend of browns, and I'm taking a mid-tone brown just to, blend these two creamy kajal pencils together. And the creaminess of the kajal pencil is a nice base for the powders to stick on. Okay, so I'm using this mid-tone brown all over my eyelid, even over the smudged pencils. Okay, so I'm using it all over my eyelid. And while I'm blending it, I am blending everything together. The previously smoked up brown and black, and also I'm taking in to my crease. Okay, so cover your entire lid with this mid-tone brown from any palette that you have. You don't have to use the exact products that I'm using to achieve this look. You can just follow the techniques and use any product that you already have with you. I'm sure you'll have a mid-tone brown from any eyeshadow palette, a kajal pencil, a black and a brown kajal pencil, which are not very hard and very easy to blend. Okay, so once you are done laying that mid-tone brown, focus on the crease. Okay, so do a few swipes of this brush movement, this windshield brush movement, focusing in the crease area so that you have quite a lot of pigment there. Okay, try to do both the eyes at the same time. Try switching. When you do one step on one eye, I would recommend you finish off that step on the other eye, because if you are not simultaneously doing both the eyes, it'll be difficult to remember what step you did and what colors you picked for each of those steps. So if you want both the eyes to look absolutely um, you know absolutely copy of each one, then you need to, and if you're a beginner, I would recommend you do both the eyes simultaneously. Okay, now I'm picking the black shadow from the same palette and focusing it towards the lash line. Okay, and slowly building it up towards the outer corner of my eyes. So first you lay it over the lash line, and then slowly blend it towards the outer corner. So you have the major pigment that is deposited on your lash line and little bit of it towards the outer corner. I'm taking the same mid-tone brown and smudging the lower lash line. I'm not planning to put any kajal, and I'm just using the mid-tone brown to create a shadow and balance the heavy smokiness that is going on the entire of my lids. Okay, so now I feel I need a little more intensity of brown. I'm going back to that same brown and adding more color. So it's totally up to you. You can look at yourself in the mirror, judge how much brown or how much black you want for the look that you want to achieve. This is very personal. So if you want, you are okay, you're happy at this, you can stop. If you want to add more intensity, you can add a little more darker brown. All right. So don't be scared, just be free to experiment and you will have fun creating this smoky eye. Now, when you're doing smoky eyes, it's very important to, take care of the shadows that you may have around the eye. So I'm using a color corrector. This is by Elf. This is a putty color corrector which has a lot of peachy tones, and this peachy tones cancels out the darkness around the eyes, around the nose, wherever you may have shadows and darkness. You need to use a color corrector specifically around your eyes, because when you do smoky eyes, it just pulls your eye in, and you need to work a little more on the brightness under your eyes so that you look bright and healthy, you don't look sunken. So to start using a color corrector at this time is a good idea, because later on when you lay the concealer, you will not look ashy. Now for the entire of my face, I'm using this MAC Strobe cream in the color Pink Light, and this is a very beautiful illuminating cream which acts as a primer for my concealer to have that luminous glow. You can use any illuminating primer. You can use liquid highlighter mixed with your moisturizer. You can use anything that kind of illuminates your skin. Okay, so the idea is to have a glowy base, and I'm going for a cream foundation. This is a stick foundation by Makeup Revolution, and it's called Fast Base Dewy Stick Foundation, and the color I'm using is F8, and this is a very very close match to my skin color. It's like an exact color match to my skin, and it just blends in. Using a stick foundation for a heavy makeup look is so easy to blend if you are a beginner, and if you want to achieve a full coverage look, I would highly suggest you go for a stick foundation, go for a cream based foundation, because they're very easy to blend and it stays put without making your skin look dry, dehydrated, or patchy. Okay, this any kind of good quality cream foundations, they make you look very hydrated, they add a lot of glow to your face. Your skin looks healthy, radiant, glossy, giving you that glass skin makeup if you are fond of, dewy skin for heavy makeup looks. This is how my skin looks. I'm giving you a close up of how my skin is looking at this moment. Now I need to brighten the area under my eyes, and I'm using a concealer. This is by L'Oreal. I'm using 309 Natural Rose to highlight certain parts of my face. This is going to pull certain parts of my face forward. The center of your face should be your focus when you're doing this. And just a very very tiny amount is enough for this concealer. This is a very very potent full coverage concealer, so just a dot wherever you need some brightening, some highlight is what you need. Okay, so once you lay this concealer on your skin, and you have a very dewy foundation going on underneath, you don't have to worry about the drying consistency of this concealer, because it is not going to look patchy if you use this concealer over a dry dry skin, if you missed out on using moisturizing hydrating base on your skin, then this can look patchy. So you need to be very sure of moisturizing your skin well, using hydrating base products, and then using such a dry concealer. Time to use a bronzer, and I'm using a cream based bronzer. This is by elf, and this is called Luminous Putty Bronzer in the shade Day Trip. I'm using the same brush throughout. You may have noticed I'm not changing brushes, because the brush is already loaded with a lot of moistness, and that is helping me blend everything in. So I'm using the same foundation brush to lay my bronzer in, and it just blends in seamlessly and effortlessly. You don't have to tug, pull your skin. Using cream over cream products is something that you can use to achieve a very nice, hydrated, glossy skin look, and everything blends out very seamlessly. You don't have to put up a fight to blend these products. There are a lot of steps in this makeup tutorial, but I'm sure you will be able to do it, because none of them are difficult. None of the products that I'm using are tough to blend, and they blend very easily. Even if you are beginner, if you have no skill in blending products, they all are going to blend very easily. The brush that I'm using by pack is something that you I would recommend you, because this is such a multi-use brush. You can use this brush to do your foundation, for your concealer, for your blush, for contouring, bronzing. So many, you can do your entire face using just one brush. Time for a cream blush, and I'm using the same brand, Elves putty blush, and tapping it first on the back of my hand, so that I make sure that I don't dump in too much blush on my cheeks, because if you have too much accidentally, it is going to be a big task for you to blend it in. So always tap it on the back of your hands, test it out if the intensity is okay, and only then go ahead and lay it on your cheeks. I'm using a very small amount, because I don't want too much color on my cheeks, and using a highlighter from Lakme. This is the multi-slayer stick, and this is called Golden Gleam. I'm just using a tiny bit and blending it with the same brush that I've been using for this entire makeup look. A little on my chin and my forehead, and that's it. Gives a very natural, glowy look without any shimmer particles. Now, if you love it, just set it with a fixing spray. I'm using the MAC Fix Plus, and that's how my skin is looking at this moment. Uh, till the time my skin is drying out, I'm using this time to fill up my lips using a lip liner, and this is by elf. This is called Glide Lip Liner in the color Truth or Bear. This is a very beautiful nude lip liner, a color that will go well with any nude lipstick, and this is pretty long lasting. What it does is it just covers up the your natural lip line, and you can manipulate, um you can overline, you manipulate the shape of your lips using this lip liner. Now my face is dry, and I am setting all the cream based products using a light coat of powder. So this is a powder by K Beauty, and it is called HD Banana Powder. And you need to make sure that you set all cream products, because it is going to move and budge throughout the day. So if you want your makeup to last all day, you need to set all the creamy products. And this is how my makeup looks at this moment. And time for reinforcing the blush. I'm using a powder blush at this moment by Makeup Revolution in the color Pink Lady. Very small amount, nothing too much, nothing dramatic. because the drama is focused on the eyes. So I'm keeping the colors on the face very, very minimal. And once you are done reinforcing the blush, it's time to reinforce the bronzer. I'm using a powder bronzer by Physicians Formula. This is the famous Muru Muru butter bronzer by Physicians Formula. And this is something that is very beautiful, natural looking. It has a slight sheen to it, and this is not an exact like 100% matte bronzer. It has a slight luminosity to it, which is nice as a powder bronzer. So I'm just using a very light hand of powder bronzer on my nose and also under my jaw and my chin. So once over the cream base products, once you fix it, once you set it, lock it in with a powder, you reinforce all the steps with some powder. Okay, so that's a rule to make your makeup long lasting. Now, finally, I'm moving on to my lashes. I'm taking my time to do my lashes. I'm not using any falsies. I don't like using falsies. I just like using a mascara. And that's it for the eyes, just a natural looking coat of mascara, nothing too dramatic, nothing too heavy, because the look is very, very delicate. Take your time, use a good quality mascara, and you will not need the look of falsies. They look very, I don't personally, I don't prefer using falsies because they look too unreal. I'm just touching up the lower lash line with a little more brown eyeshadow just to intensify the color and balance it out. I'm not using mascara on my lower lashes because I want to keep it clean for this look. Once I use a mascara on my lower lashes, it's going to take away that neatness from my lower lash line. Okay, so now I'm adding a little bit of gold touch in my inner corner of my eyes from the same palette, picking up a gold shimmery shade and just laying it in the inner corners and blending it out. Very, very minimal amount, nothing too dramatic, nothing too drastic, just a touch of it. And you can also use your fingers to lay that shimmer in. You could use gold, you could use champagne, anything that you fancy, anything that you like, you can use. This is a very neutral look, so I'm using a lipstick which is a very pinky but neutral. It is not exactly pinky, it is a very beautiful nude. It has the right balance of pink, right balance of peach, and it is also very, very muted, so it doesn't add too much color on the lips, but it makes a very cohesive choice for the entire makeup look that I've created today. And that's the finished look. I hope you liked it. Let me know in the comment section if you would want to try it. And I will see you soon. If you're new, please subscribe to my channel, and I will be posting my new upcoming looks on this channel. So keep subscribed, and also hit the bell notification bell button so that you don't miss any of my uploads. I will see you soon in my next makeup tutorial, and I would love to have you back on my channel. Also, I am uploading my lipstick collection that would go very well with such deep smoky eyes. So make sure that you check that out. That is going to be linked to this video. So make sure you check that one out. Okay.